Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah, dear middle one students. I hope that all of you are okay, and I hope that all of you did well in your last exam or quizzes. Let's go for some questions based on lesson 2 together and see what about the answers of these questions. We are going to start now of solving some exercises based on lesson 2. The first type of questions is complete the following sentences. Gases are characterized by large dot and very weak dot, so they have dot shapes and volume. Gases characterized large what? Let's consider the gas consists of molecules consists of atoms. طب المولekules هناخد الكاركترز بتاعت المولekules, and the most important characters are the intermolecular spaces and intermolecular forces. طيب لما نتكلم large, it couldn't be the force. It must be the space. So it has large intermolecular spaces and very weak. If it's weak, I'm talking about this something which will force. Okay, so I'm talking about the intermolecular forces. So gas is characterized by large intermolecular spaces and intermolecular forces. So they have indefinite shapes and volumes. Okay, number 2, the molecules of matter are in a dot motion. طبعا دي the first character of molecules. Right? All of the molecules, even the solid molecules, which we didn't notice, are in a continuous motion. At the solids, okay, but they are very tiny places, a very tiny area. So we cannot notice the movement of solid molecules. So they are in a continuous motion. The first character that molecules are in a continuous motion. For all matters, by the way. Dots take the shape of the container while dots have no definite volume. طالما have no definite volume يبقى بنتكلم على حاجة واحدة بس, which is the gas. لكن it takes the shape of the container. It might be, by the way, liquid and gases, ولكن الأقرب بالنسبة لنا هي liquid. So liquids take the shape of the container and gases have no definite shape. Sorry, definite volume. تمام؟ طيب, let's go to in melting process. We must differentiate between the process and the temperature. If I'm talking about the process, it is the changing of matter from solid to liquid. And now the temperature in which the matter begins to change, even I'm talking about the melting point. Please concentrate on this. In melting process, solid molecules, هل هي gain or lose? I think gain energy and change into solid into first step to liquid. It gains energy. So what happens after gaining energy? The speed of the molecules increases. So the intermolecular spaces increases, like intermolecular forces become weakened. So the molecules will become more free, and it's going to change from the state of the matter from solid to liquid. Helium is considered from, and its molecule composed of. طبعا الهيليوم considered from monoatomic, ممكن تنفع because it consists of one atom, وممكن نقول noble gas or inert gas. Both of them are right. So it's composed of only one atom. Inert gases كلها one atom. تمام؟ طيب. Let's move to another type of questions. Choose the correct answer. The intermolecular spaces among the molecule of dot are very small. Intermolecular spaces very small. So I'm talking about solid or liquid or gas. It must be solid. طب هنا iron solid, mercury liquid, nitrogen gas, so water also liquid. But the only solid here is iron. So the answer is going to be iron. The attraction force between water molecules is not than that between water vapor molecules. Water molecule, as a water, it's a liquid. Water vapor, it's a gas. So I am comparing liquid with gas. The attraction force in liquid, هل هي more than ولا less than؟ طبعا ما فيش حاجة less than gases. So it's supposed to be more than directly, more than the between gases. On adding 30 centimeter cube of water to 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. Or it's better to say alcohol to water. The volume is gone of mixture becomes 30, it's impossible. 45.8, it's possible. 50, from the first look, it's possible. 54, it's impossible. So I have two impossibles, which is 54 and 30, all of them, both of them are impossible. So I can 50 and 48. طالما this 20 and 30 وفي intermolecular spaces in water, so the volume must be less than 50. مش ممكن يبقى 50. تمام؟ Why? I'll give reason. Because the molecules of alcohol will enter the intermolecular spaces of water or vice versa. Here, the water of molecules can enter the intermolecular spaces in alcohol. So this decreases the volume of the submission. So 48.8 is the right answer. The dark matter doesn't take the shape of the container. Doesn't take the gases. The gases. The answer then, I'm sorry. أنا كنت عايز أقول لكم the gases وبعدين كله يقول لي لا. Gases. Because gases may take the shape of the container. What about liquid? Liquid takes the shape of the container. So the only one which doesn't take the shape of the container, it's solid. Okay? All of the following are diatomic gases, molecules, except diatomic. In general, all the elements in the world, we have 7 only elements which are diatomic. ايه هم ال 7 elements؟ عيلة إين اللي هي كلورين، فلورين، برومين، ايودين. دول diatomic. Br2, Cl2, something like this. And 3 in the atmosphere, which are nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. يبقى هم ال 7 دول بس كده اللي هم diatomic. أي حاجة تانية أقل من تاني يبقى monatomic. طيب هيدروجين واحد من اللي احنا قلناه، نيتروجين واحد من اللي احنا قلناه، كلورين واحد من اللي احنا قلناه، لكن الارجون مش diatomic. ده noble gas. Another type of questions. What happens when and why? You put a drop of ink in water. احنا على طول بنلاحظ if you put a drop of ink in water, what will happen? على طول the ink will spray them all over the water or between the water molecules. And finally, the water out of the whole solution becomes blue, like the ink. Why? Because the matter molecules are in a continuous motion. Number 2, what if we added 100 centimeter cube of water or 250 to ethyl alcohol? طبعا التوتال زي ما قلنا will be 150. No, it's impossible. It must be less than 150. ليه؟ لأن molecules of alcohol sprayed into intermolecular spaces in water. على فكرة والعكس. Now, if you add water to alcohol, the molecules of water will enter the intermolecular spaces of alcohol, but it's better to add alcohol to water. What if we try to break iron piece with your hand? Come on, we can. انت بقى Hercules دي حاجة تانية. لكن you cannot break it. ليه? Because iron consists of molecules. طب من ضمن الكاركترز بتاعت الموليكيولز that the molecules are in continuous motion. طب وبعدين لا عندها intermolecular force. The intermolecular forces are very strong in solid. So they are very strong in iron, so it cannot be break easily. تمام؟ يبقى it will not broken because the intermolecular forces between water molecules, I'm sorry هنا iron molecules, نصححها, iron molecules are very strong. Another type of question, give reasons for the following. It's easy to divide an amount of water into smaller volumes. نرجع للcharacters بتاعت المولekules. The intermolecular spaces, I'm sorry, I have to pause this. Now let's complete. Let's complete our questions after the adhan. It's easy to divide an amount of water into smaller volume because the weak attraction force between water molecules. So it could be divided. The solid couldn't be divided, by the way, because the intermolecular forces are very strong. Fine. The odor of perfume spreads all over the room when the bottle is opened. من ضمن الcharacters بتاعت المولekules that it will spread all over the world because they all over the room because the molecules are in a continuous motion. تمام؟ Gases have indefinite shape and volume. هنا لازم نجاوب بالتفصيل. عندي في كل حاجة قلنا intermolecular spaces and intermolecular forces. يبقى من ضمن the reason that the gases have indefinite shape and volume that the intermolecular forces are very weak, almost vanished, مش موجودة. And the intermolecular spaces are very large. We must mention both of them. يعني that the intermolecular spaces among the molecules are very large and the intermolecular forces are very weak. So these two reasons give the gas its character, which is indefinite, it has indefinite shape and volume. Give an example of the following. A noble gas. ممكن تقول لي hydrogen, helium, argon, radon, radium, krypton, ممكن كل ده. طيب. An active gas. Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, no problem. The compound molecule consists of 3 atoms. One of the most famous compound all over the world. It's H2O, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, which is water. Number 4, a compound consists of 4 atoms, but one of the most famous, which is ammonia, NH3, 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen. Diatomic liquid. لو قلنا monoatomic liquid, don't forget, it's a mercury. But what about the diatomic? The diatomic, it's bromine. Our last type of question is, please answer this question. Complete the following table. Water, the type, is it element or compound molecule? طبعا water, compound, consists of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. تعال هنا. Element molecule هو element و 2 atoms of oxygen يعني O2 يبقى ده ايه؟ اكيد مفيش غير 1 element يبقى oxygen molecule. خلي بالك 2 atoms. Hydrogen chloride molecule طالما الtype more than 1 atom and they are different, not similar, so the type is compound molecule. And it consists of 1 hydrogen atom, 1 chloride atom. The ammonia, we mentioned it before. The ammonia, it consists of N and 3H. It means 2 different types of elements. You have a compound molecule type on a 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen. And this is the answer for the last question of today's revision. I hope that you did understand all what we explained today, and see you next time, inshallah, in the 3rd online session. Thank you and goodbye.